Welcome to Anafram Market Perspectives.
Friday market recap. Google's Gemini rally, Tariff chess, and our watch list check. Welcome back. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through the S&P 500 weekly heat map, the latest turns in President Trump's tariff strategy, what this week's economic data tells us, a quick look at futures and commodities, and an update on our watch list of QQQ, Alibaba, and Dell. S&P 500 weekly recap. This week looked much healthier than the last. The heat map is mostly green, led by mega-cap technology, communication services, and healthcare. Google stands out with a strong rally after launching its Gemini artificial intelligence platform alongside the new tensor processing units that power it. Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Broadcom, and the major banks also closed higher, while Nvidia and Oracle cooled after recent strength. Very quickly on chips, graphics processing units are flexible engines used for most artificial intelligence work, while tensor processing units are custom chips built specifically for machine learning math. They can be faster and cheaper at scale, which is why Google is leaning into them. The main lesson for investors is that artificial intelligence is no longer a single company story, but an ecosystem of cloud platforms and advanced hardware. Tariffs and policy developments. Tariffs stayed in the headlines, though without new shocks. President Trump said President Xi, pretty much, agreed to speed up Chinese purchases of American farm goods, pointing to fresh soybean and sorghum shipments heading to China. The administration is also negotiating a deal with Taiwan to expand chip-related investment in the United States and train workers in advanced manufacturing. The White House continues preparing backup tariff tools in case the Supreme Court limits emergency powers. These alternatives would be more targeted, but keep trade actions central to Trump's agenda. To ease grocery costs, Trump extended tariff exemptions on hundreds of Chinese goods and widened tariff breaks for Brazilian food imports. Abroad, South Korea advanced a bill lowering United States auto tariffs, and Canada introduced new steel duties while still seeking compromise. Overall, this week leaned more toward bargaining than escalation. Economic data released this week, the macro picture showed cooling, but no recession signals. Monday was quiet with Japan closed and only a two-year Treasury auction that drew steady demand. Tuesday delivered the week's biggest data load. A DP showed a decline in private hiring and retail sales slowed, though they remain positive. Producer prices rose slightly but still aligned with gradual disinflation. Pending home sales beat expectations, suggesting improving housing demand, while consumer confidence slipped. The Atlanta Fed trimmed its growth estimate, helping ease yields. On Wednesday, jobless claims ticked lower and durable goods orders improved, showing ongoing resilience in business investment. The Chicago Purchasing Managers Index fell deeper into contraction and crude inventories built, briefly weighing on energy. The Federal Reserve's Beige Book described an economy cooling modestly but remaining stable. Late week data was lighter. Canada reported an improved current account balance. Japanese inflation and production data continued to drift lower, shaping expectations for next year's Bank of Japan decisions. Friday trading was quiet with an early close for the Thanksgiving holiday. Futures and commodities index futures stayed mostly flat. The Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ sit just below recent highs, and the VIX fell below 20, showing calmer sentiment. West Texas crude trades in the upper 50s, Brent in the low 60s, natural gas is slightly firmer, and gold remains above 4,000. Bitcoin bounced toward the low 90,000 range. Bonus charts, QQQ, Alibaba, Dell QQQ climbed early in the week and then moved into a narrow consolidation near its upper Bollinger Band. Momentum has cooled but remains positive, consistent with a pause inside an uptrend. Alibaba was choppier with a spike, a drop, and a steady recovery that leaves it mid-range with a stabilizing MACD. This reflects the mixed narrative around Chinese technology as companies train artificial intelligence models offshore while policy talks continue. Dell continued its quiet leadership. After its earnings jump, it climbed again and then traded sideways near the top of its recent range with a firm MACD. Game plan. We end the week with a more positive tone, strong artificial intelligence momentum from Google, calmer tariff headlines, and steady macro numbers support a selective risk-on stance. Focus on artificial intelligence infrastructure, quality consumer and industrial names, and companies that benefit from stable trade conditions. Manage position size, respect support levels on QQQ and core holdings, and let price action confirm the next move.
Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, hit subscribe and share this with others. See you next time on Anafram Market Perspectives.